Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the current Chief Landlord of the FCT, help me welcome the FCT Minister breaking grounds and providing opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, Nyesom, Wike.
Your Excellency, my dear brother, the former governor of Abia State, Dr. Okeze Ibazu, the chairman, Senate Committee on Area Councils and Auxiliary Matters, Senator Junkuta, the chairman, House Committee on FCT, my dear brother Honorable Betara, the representative of Abuja South in the House of Representatives from Abuja, the representative of the Chairman House Committee on Area Council and Auxiliary Matters that are here, my dear brother House of Representatives from Benue State that is here, distinguished senators, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, my dear leader, the Chairman, Elders Council of River State, traditional rulers that are here, the Head of Service, Chief of Staff, Mandate Secretaries and Permanent Secretaries, leaders of political parties of APC and PDP that are here, area council chairmen, our dear women that are always supporting us that are here, senior special assistants to the chairman, to the minister and minister of state, all of our leaders that are here that have come to give all the support, the Deputy Secretary of FCT, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me sincerely thank my dear sister, my elder sister, Ijinabu, who has made the necessary correction, who has been doing a good job since Monday last week to today, 9 days. It's not been easy. And while that correction was needed, you know, Nigerians, once you say children off the area council chairman, nobody would understand that it was used in a loose form. They will say, see, what kind of a thing are we doing? Chairman of councils, and they have brought their own direct children to be the beneficiaries. And that's why I wanted the clarification to be made. Even though they may understand, but you know those who don't have job in social media, they will turn it upside down. Thank you for that clarification. If that was not done, I would have cancelled that. I would have not cancelled that because I would not be a party to allow a thing like this to happen, and the beneficiaries will be those who are in office, the children of those who are in the office. So thank you very much. Let me say this clearly, and that is one thing I always say, that Nigerians forget a lot. Today, we are talking about not just about youth empowerment. Abuja will be 50 years old in 2026. 50 years old in 2026. In essence, by the grace of God, as it pleases Mr. President, we are likely to be the Jubilee people as far as this FCT is concerned. I was the Jubilee governor in my state, and it's likely that I'll be the Jubilee minister of FCT. Now, nobody thought about intervening as far as women are concerned. Nobody talked about intervening as far as the youth are concerned. We have had presidents, whether you like it or not. Ashwaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not the first president that occupied FCT. But let us tell ourselves the simple truth. He's the first president who said, you can't continue to talk about administration, women are not involved, youth are not involved. And that's why he created the Women's Secretariat and created the Youth Secretariat. You may say, what is that? But go and ask the youth today, they know the importance of it. Go and ask the women today, they know the importance of it. You know, in Nigeria, we commonize everything. Now, as you have seen this vehicle now, those who never mean well for this country, what you will see in social media, you want them to be taxi drivers. No. We have Nigerians overseas. We travel. But once you get to the airport, Nigerians, whom you say they are in abroad, my uncle is in London. My uncle is in Houston. My uncle is in Paris. My uncle has sent us $200, 200 pounds, 200 euros. But when you get to the airport, hey guy, we're heading to him. You enter the vehicle. He takes you. He makes his money. He feeds his family. He pays his taxes. He pays his bills. And while we're here, I have an uncle in London. I have an auntie in California. Instead of us to encourage how we can feed our families, the next thing you will see in social media, they are giving our youth to go and be taxi drivers. We can't be taxi driver here, but we promote taxi driver in London. That is the country you are in. People will feed from something. This vehicle is not used vehicle. We are not one of those people that go and carry. These are brand new vehicles. Rubber. Rubber. You see what they call it? Tear rubber. We are not buying used vehicle. I don't want to call states who give out used vehicle. This is tear rubber. And they are not paying time. We are not saying pay government back anymore. No. Government is saying this is our own support to make sure you have something to feed on, to make sure you have to touch your family, and also to reduce the cost of transportation in the city. We will tell you how much you will charge the people because you didn't buy the vehicle, because you didn't spend money. If the cost of vehicle, if the cost of transportation is 50 naira, we'll say, look, go and take 30 naira from them, not 50 naira. That, in a way, is President's strategy to reduce the cost of transport as far as FCT is concerned. We made sure that all the area councils are involved. We made sure it has nothing to do with you come from Abuja, you don't come from Abuja. As far as you live here, you do your work here, you are lucky by balloting you get. Abuja should compete with other cities in the world. I don't have painful it is. If we say no more keke napep, I know it is very painful. We are not saying that we no more keke napep, no. But you go to certain areas. But for now, we will try to see this is a pilot scheme in Maitama, Gusape, and Asokoro. Let us see how it will work. And by the grace of God, it will work well. Because Mr. President means well for everybody. Most of the Kekedape, most of the motorcycles are informants. Everybody here that's the beneficiary is being provided by security. And so what we are coming up from January next year, there will be nobody that will operate as a taxi driver or a bus driver without having the approval from security, without security profiling you, and without going on with Abuja color. So nothing like using any vehicle on the road. No, we won't allow that. We will not allow that. From January, we will not allow that. And because we will do that, we would have also brought in more vehicles so that we won't have shortage. Those private individuals who want to have or run commercial activities, you must have to sit down with the police, with the SSS, who take the vehicle numbers, the name of the your driver's address. So everybody will have that confidence. This is the vehicle I'm entering, in case anything happens. But again, by the time we commission the bus and taxi terminals, by January next year, by the grace of God, it will no longer be standing on the road. Everybody, you want to go to Gogolada, this is the terminal you go to. You want to go to Suso area, this is the terminal you go to. So people know the vehicle you are entering. That will reduce the level of insecurity. We are going to give some time to the Kekere Pipe and the Mosaku people. Prepare that we are going to phase you out in this area. I didn't say we'll phase you out totally. But let us say that we have a city. Let us say we have a city. It's very, very important. Kekere Pipe said this is the route you go. Mosaku, this is where you go to. But this area is a no-go area. Because that's how it is in all cities of the world. Beneficiaries, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed that they gave you that tomorrow. Look, when you are in a hotel in overseas, you call, say, I need social vehicle. Happily they come, and you are chauffeur driven. And at the end of the day, what's important is to feed their family, not to be involved in one crime or the other. You don't also need to. You can also employ somebody who will be provided by the security. At the end of the day, you are making a living. That's what is important in life. That nothing government will do, that those who will never see good will not say something. They must say something. Don't be discouraged. And I congratulate you for being one of the beneficiaries. In fact, I'm happy with the 4 ladies. Show them what men can do, women can do better. What men can do, women can do better. Take it that this is what you use to feed your family. Tomorrow, you can buy another vehicle. And let me also tell the union people, you don't need to be angry. You don't need to be angry. You're also going to benefit. We know some of you are having your car through hire purchase. You are paying through hell. We are also going to make you to own your own vehicles and charge what government has said you should charge, so that our people will not continue to suffer in the name of high cost of transportation. No. That is what the Renewed Hope agenda is all about. And I thank the committee that was saddled with the responsibility to do this job, which is headed by the Chief of Staff. We want to sincerely thank you for a job well done. This is one area I've never gotten any complaint, where it is done politically. No complaint. And the Youth Secretary has said the 10 billion. We are not giving you 10 billion. So I have it here. We didn't say we are giving the youth 10 billion. I said, Mr. President has approved 10 billion naira for the empowerment and development of the youth. So don't go over and say, we are giving you 10 billion. Nobody's sharing any money to you. You must come up with a program, with a proposal on how the youth are going to benefit, either by skill acquisition or anything that will help the youth. I'm not going to approve conferences. Conferences do not help any youth. Oh, we want to go and teach the youth how to behave well. I'm not releasing 1 naira. You know, I'm sorry to say this. When you see budget, you know that this country is something else. One way of siphoning public fund is through conferences. One way of siphoning public fund is what? Through what? Conferences. Conferences upon conferences upon conferences. Ask yourself a question, what is the result of the conferences? The 10 billion Mr. President has approved will be practically utilized. The youth, we are going to Yaya. We have a skill acquisition that has been abandoned. We have to go there and see what we can do to revive that skill acquisition. And so that the youth can be trained either in ICT or whichever way. You know, when you are not in office, you always criticize. Now it's your turn. The mandate secretary, now it's your turn. This is not your initiative. So let people hear it now. It's not your initiative. It is our initiative before you came. I want you there as a youth mandate secretary. Every time the youth are not carried along, every time the youth, now you are in power. Go now and draw up a program to government. You have the money there. What will government do with the money to improve the lives of the youth? Not every day, criticism. Now you are here. But I have confidence in you that you will do well at the end of the day. So, we will continue to thank Mr. President. It is not easy. It is not easy. Everything we have asked from him, approve. Not only approve, release. You know the difference between approval and release. Some of you say, oh, approval is not release. Approval is yet, it's been approved, subject to the availability of funds. So, we are prepared to do everything to change the lives of the youth in Abuja. And the youth should also appreciate Mr. President. Stop listening to people who do not mean well for you. Stop listening to people whose own job is when they pay them money. They say all kinds of things in your social media, and you believe them. Somebody came to show me about one write-up where they said there's the one professor that wrote. I asked him, professor of which university? Nobody knows. But it's a professor. They say he's a professor of law. Where has he taught law? Nobody knows. Where has he advocated law? Nobody knows. But it's only a professor of law in social media. They had the opportunity. They were given the opportunity in Human Rights Commission. Ask them, what was their performance? What was the record? When the government gave the opportunity to be there? Zero. Zero. I thank our leaders for continuing to give Mr. President support. I thank our leaders for supporting the FCT administration, continue to support. After today, we'll take a break. In the next 2 weeks, we'll start again. We are not tired. So, our sister Eugene Abu, we are giving you 2 weeks break without pay. 2 weeks break without pay. Then we'll start again, because December we'll be doing commissioning. But before that December, we'll continue to do flag off. Those who will die, let them die. After all, that's why there is a life and death. So those who want to die, that we are flagging off and we'll be commissioning, it's not our business. Go and hang the transformer and die. We want nobody any apologies. Don't go any apologies at all. We could not to do something that our people will make our people happy. But let me use the opportunity to invite my dear leader. Let me tell you one thing today. You know, there are people who don't have character. The former governor of Abuja State, we started this struggle together. We stood firm. Forget about people who are jumping here, left, right, and center, who couldn't even say anything then. These are the people who stood, who said equity, fairness, and what? Justice. That's why I would never abandon people like this. There are people, they just are human beings who have character. Yes, and that is the way it's supposed to be. Hunger will not kill you because you have character. Some people, you sit with them today, they tell you something, the next day, they are doing a different thing. That's not life. You must be known for something, that your children should be proud of you. Look at my leader, 80-something years, very strong, very committed, very firm. Very committed, very firm. And when he came to Abuja, he said, I must come and join you today. And I will also use this opportunity to give to him, to be the one that will commission this and hand over these keys to these innocent sisters and brothers that are beneficiaries of this pilot scheme. I hereby invite Chief Ferdinand Alabraba to please help us to give out these keys and then commission this project. Thank you, and God bless you.